Hey there, Leslie here. Well, today's question is this. Should a beginner paralegal expect to be in a positive and ethically run workplace? And the answer to that is a resounding yes, yes. Do some workplaces that use paralegals not run in an ethical manner? Yes. Are there some attorneys who do not run that way, or they just don't abide by all the ethical standards out there? Yes. One of the ethical standards is that when you're notarizing a document as a paralegal, that you ask for ID. Okay, so when I'm in an interview, I've had 3 attorneys, count them, 3, over 32 years, ask me before the client arrived if I'm okay signing, being a notary, notarizing a signature without the ID. They're like, you don't need to ask for the ID. I know who that person is. But my rules for the state of Florida were that I ask for proper ID in order to determine that is the person that's signing the document. Shady things have been known to happen, and so I want to avoid that and abide by the rules that I need to follow as a notary. And so this is important. In the interview, what I do personally is I ask the question, will you be asking me to notarize a document without the proper ID? A lot of attorneys have been shocked by that during the interview. That's only because they don't do that, and they're shocked to know somebody else did. And they've asked me, have you been asked to do that? I said yes, and I've refused. I knew ahead of time that, we covered that ahead of the client arriving, and so someone else notarized the signature. That's not on me. So I want to do everything according to the rules, and I want you to do that too. And I want you to be in a workplace that abides by the rules. And so it's so important. And how do you do that? That you ask questions like the one I just said, in the interview, and you determine whether you want to work there or not. And that's why I put a lot of other questions in the interview module in the Paralegal Inner Circle class. So yes, unfortunately, this does happen. How do you know what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do? You need to study the paralegal regulations for your state. So look that up on Google. Also look up what are paralegals not allowed to do on Google. Now go to my website, paralegalcoffeetalk.com, and look under every tab that's there. It's all for beginners.